Yo, welcome to an episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. We had Smackdown, which I ain't really gonna get into because it wasn't that major. But we also had Backlash and Lyon friends. And so I'm gonna get into that, break that down for you guys. Tell you guys, I didn't even get to do a prediction video. I was so busy. I meant to do that. But I'm just gonna go over everything. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, feedback. Check out the Superkick store. Check out my shorts, my reels, my what ifs on Wednesdays. Everything that I'm doing. Check it out. I'm on lives. I'm popping up everywhere in the content world. Just make sure you check me out. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you think that I'm doing. As always, I enjoy everything that all you guys feedback, all your time that you guys put in. Watching my stuff, helping me get views, giving me likes and comments and stuff, sharing my stuff. It's great. Let's get into things, man. Like, we had a pay-per-view. Well, I won't hit old school, man. PLE overseas. And like I say, Lyon friends. The energy there was crazy. It's a different crowd, man. It's different than being here in the States, man, and going to events. Watching it there kind of remind me of when I went to Backlash in Puerto Rico and how it was crazy in Puerto Rico. There's the energy, and maybe it's just because WWE just doesn't go to certain places like they do regularly in the States. So when they get to go to these places that they don't go to, like, the crowd just going nuts, right? Because they just never seen them before. But like I said, it was just electric there. Like, you see, they talked about it at Backlash, how the Rock is always slapping his arm because he has the goosebumps, because you feel the electricity in this, the energy. You can feel it through the TV. You can see the people just so happy to be there, enjoying the match, enjoying WWE, everything that comes with that, Feels like at times I was watching PB's Playhouse and they had the secret word of the day, and the word come out and someone says it and the whole crowd goes crazy, just wilding out. But I think that's just some of their customs and traditions or certain things, which I'm just unfamiliar with, but it's definitely dope. So I think I need to go to a WWE event overseas, some major event, and just be amongst that energy at least one time in my lifetime. But let's get into one of the first matches of the night. We had a tag team match between the newly formed RKO, consisting of Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, versus this new bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga. The match started off and it was just chaos. They had no control of what was going on. Nick Aldis comes out. He's like, you know what? You guys want to be all wild or whatever? You know what? Street fight. Pow. And then you guys just do whatever you guys want. And whatever happens. And the match was a lot better than I anticipated. I wasn't expecting anything like crazy. But that Muster Buster off the top rope onto the chairs that Kevin Owens did the Tama. That was nuts. There were a couple of different spots in there that was dope to see. But just like I figured anyway, the bloodline has to win this match because you just form. It's a new formation of the team, of the group, and so now they got to win. They can't take no loss in their first run out. Match comes down to the end, and then we have a new member, and it wasn't who I thought was going to pop up. I think a lot of people thought Jacob Fatu was going to pop up. Come on, Alexa. They thought Jacob Fatu was going to pop up, but he didn't. It was Thomas' brother. Also another person I have to look up. Toga, something like that. I got to look it up because I say I just not familiar with him because he's not really, he hasn't been in WWE, so I'm not familiar with him. If you guys get a chance, like I asked before about Tama, give me his top 5 matches. Same thing with his brother. Top 5 matches, man. Like, who is this guy? Let me know who this guy is. Why is he important? What does he bring to the bloodline that wasn't already there? I love their aura when they came out to the ring. It was different. they had like just they was out to just like destroy, unalive some people. Like it was a different vibe. This bloodline, not so much with the prestige and like this guy's untouchable when Roman used to come out. Like these guys are coming out and it's like scary. And you see Tama, he's in the ring, he's ready to get psycho. Like he wakes up, he pours a shot of psycho in his coffee and he's ready to go for the day. And he was just ready. But like I say, man, they won, and I'm looking forward to more bloodline stuff, man. It's more bloodline story. It's the dominant story in WWE. I think it's the best thing going right now in WWE is the bloodline story. Also waiting for Nick Aldis to catch it. He's gonna catch it. I feel it coming. Like he's pushing his weight around too much, even though he's the GM. But he's gonna cross paths with Solo or something like that, and he's gonna catch a Samoan Spike at some point because Paul Heyman can't control him or whatnot. And I think Paul Heyman's gonna get into. And that's probably might lead to the return of Roman Reigns at some point, but that's further down the line. We're just enjoying everything that's going on right now. At least I am with the bloodline. Did notice a lot of mention of the Bullet Club, which is different. I remember years ago when Anderson and Gallows came through and they joined up with AJ Styles. They was called the Club, and it might have been one mention of the Bullet Club, and I think maybe that was just through the era of PG, and they wasn't trying to push that too much, really acknowledge that. But there was so much mentioning of the Bullet Club at Backlash and just over the weekend because it was the anniversary or whatnot. So hopefully at some point, maybe a year and a half or something like that, we might see the Bullet Club version in WWE. They also made kind of the connection between Tama Tonga and Solo. Not necessarily that they're blood, but it is the Pacific Islander like just connection, So they that's the connection that they putting them together since they're not actually blood related or whatnot. So it's the whole like from the same area, bloodline that way, and that's how they rocking with that. And not necessarily, I feel like it didn't need it, but it's good they trying to fill in certain loopholes or certain gaps in the story so it makes sense for people. Whether people accept it or not, it's up to them. Then we hit into a triple threat match between Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffy Stratton. Felt like the match started off slow, and then it got good. I feel like this might have been the issue with a lot of the matches. Like the crowd was just so loud. Maybe the wrestlers couldn't hear the spots or what they're supposed to do because the crowd was just crazy. Like I say, just the energy alone was just dope. Not necessarily a fan of the finish of the match, but I get it. Not a complete not like a flat out like hitting Naomi with the rose plant 1, 2, 3. It was kind of like roll up pan, and it's like, hey, I got you, I got you, and it was a good like face finish for both of those ladies. They hook at the end. Naomi shows props to Bayley. Hops out the ring. Bayley takes her props. I'm the champion. Woo. But we just know that at some point it's going to be her and Tiffany Stratton down the line. If not, Bayley and Nia Jax down the line at some point going at it for that championship. Don't know how long Bayley's going to keep it. Maybe to SummerSlam. Maybe to Survivor Series or something like that. But she got some competitors ahead of her with this title run. So I'm interested in seeing what direction they choose to go with Bayley, how things going to play out for her, and so forth. Come out to the next match, which is the Yeet Meister himself, Jey Uso versus Damian Priest, the World Heavyweight Champion. El Capitan, something like that. I don't speak Spanish. But they come out, and also surprisingly, that match is a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I think in this new era of seeing wrestlers come out with in their interests, Jey Uso, his interest was already dope. having the crowd bounce with him and everything. He started out in the crowd. They yeeting everywhere. He comes down to the ring. His interest had to be a good like 5 or 6 minutes. They just yeeting everywhere. The crowd, the phones and the lights, and it was just like a picture of that. Like, that's epic right there. Like, that's just it's just energy, man. Once again, it's just energy again, just all around that arena out there. I think that is probably the best interest I've seen in a very long time, which is that Jey Uso entrance. It was cool seeing, like I say, just all of them just rocking to Jey out there, and that made me feel like, yo, I need to go overseas just to feel that energy amongst the people like that. Like, they just so into it, just from beginning of the bell to the very end of the match, counting with the ref counts, counting the count out 1, 2, doing the thing afterwards. This all that built up at everything, they're just so into it and immersed in the experience of being out there. Like, you can't help but like want to be a part of that, at least for me. Like I said, like, definitely a great match. I kind of expected less, especially coming off Jay and Jimmy's match at WrestleMania. And so I was surprised that this match turned out to be as great as it was. A lot of different cool spots. Spears by Jimmy. Spears by Jay. Super kicks. I really am a big fan of the jumping super kick in the corner. I wish they would do something that highlight that a little bit more. But that is a cool move to me. Not that big of a fan of his spear. I do think he's been to pull out some more moves, but all in all, like, man, it was a great match. You had the Judgment Day interfering in the match, costing Jay the opportunity to once again become a champion. And at least, like I keep saying, like, they called Jey Uso main event Jey Uso. He has to be able to win some main events, which he hasn't really done so. But at least most of his losses in the main event haven't been clean. They've all been due to some form of interference in some shape or form. So that still kind of like helps him or whatnot. It's just that if we're keeping records, the record don't look good. But like I say, he's putting it on. Him and Damian Priest put on a good show. And like I said, I was surprised by that match. And it was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. At some point, we know we're going to see the Judgment Day turn on Damian Priest. Especially it's going to be Finn Balor. If not JD, who always catches Damian Priest's wrath at some point during a show. We can see them starting to build that up. I mean, it's already been there anyway, but with Priest being champion and Finn kind of like being in limbo, not having a championship, not having just losing the tag team championships, not having no direct path. Like, of course, Finn Balor wants to be champion, and the quickest way for him to be champion is to take out the current champion, which is the guy that's in his group. Then after that, we go into another tag team champion or tag team championship match between the Kabuki Warriors and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They need a name. I hope they get a name. They come up with matching fits, color red. And the Kabuki Warriors, to me, are very underrated tag team. I felt like they didn't get used properly with the belts. I felt that they put the belts on them because they were in damage control, and just to make damage control seem like a formidable like fraction. So they had all the gold at the time for the women, but they didn't use them enough to me, to at least to my liking, because they got great tandem tag team moves. They have a good look together, even though the part don't really mess up with the Murder Clown look, but they work well together. Like I said, they wrestle well together. They're great in-ring competitors. I just wish that they would have been used more during a title run. So hopefully, this go around with Jay and Bianca being new champions, that they can be able to use those titles a little bit more and defend them more and build them up more. All in all, man, the match was okay, at least to me. There were some things that were cool about the match, different, like say, spots. Bianca always brings it. I still feel like you can see like the rustiness in, well, not rustiness. Jay's in a new system, and I feel like you can see that at times. That's why I was kind of like shocked that they put them in a tag team championship match so soon. I think I would have rather have seen more matches with Jade before you put this belt on her. Because now I think this is going to highlight any weaknesses that she might have, before she can actually polish her game off. But it is what it is. Like I said, I think that the crowd was affecting a lot of superstars, and I saw it in this match. A lot of times you can hear them calling the spots, and normally you don't usually do that. You don't usually hear that as much. There's confusion with Kairi Sane not being a legal person in the ring, and the ref trying to tell her to get out or tag or whatever, and they were trying to get that back situated properly. And shouts out to Michael Cole and Corey Graves trying to cover that up and trying to make it fit, the mistake or whatnot. But so you can see that a lot of things, like I say, you could just hear a lot of different spots being called. And like I say, it kind of took the match away from me. But there was something. Jade and Bianca had a good tandem move, so I think as the weeks progress, they'll get more moves, and it's gonna look cleaner between the two of them. And I'm looking forward to see what they got in store for them, even when it comes down to eventually they're gonna split at some point. And then with the match and fits, I'm looking for them to do like the Warriors, Women Warriors of Wakanda, the Dora Maje. They come out in a fit, like in two fits like that, matching like that. I think that would be incredible. Maybe at SummerSlam. They could do something like that. But that'd be dope to see. But I also think that Jade needs to do something with her clothes, because I feel like at some point she's gonna pop up out of them. The moves that she do aren't for her clothes, and at some point I think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. And we'll get to it. Is a rather like short pay-per-view when you think about it. The matches, not saying they're necessarily long, but or quick either. But it's like 5 matches, I think. Yeah, if that, 5 or 6. Well, before I get into the last match, let's get into the Superstar Head Super Kicks of the Week. I'm going with Damian Priest, man. Damian Priest, Superstar with Super Kicks of the Week. He has a Jordan 13, the Dirty Brits. He was wearing those in the championship match against him and Jey Uso. Put those up so you guys see those. I'm a big fan of the 13s. They're super comfortable. I think out of the different Jordans, I like ones, just because of the style and look of them. 5s are super comfortable to me. 11s are comfortable, but I think 13s are the most comfortable. Actually, I got these on, these Black Cats. They're dirty at the bottom, but I think 13s are probably the most comfortable to me, and I like the look of them. Yeah. So, what is you guys' favorite pair of Jordans? Style, comfortability, like why? Like I feel like 13s, they fit around your toes properly and everything like that. So I'm just looking at them like I'm admiring my shoe. But no, man, I just dope. So, and they match. Like I say, I always like when the superstars match their sneakers with their ring attire or with the fit or whatever. And so Damian with the fire, with the purple on the inside of the flame and outlining in red and mainly black, and then the shoes are red and black, so they went well together. And it's hard to tell because he wears like that boot or like shin cover thingy, but I was able to tell just because the bottom of the sole was Jordan. I knew it was that, and then you see under the foot, just the pattern. So big fan of those. What do you guys think about those shoes? The other person I thought would had cool sneakers this week was Becky. She had those Adidas. I didn't even get a chance to look them up. But she was originally my first pick. But then seeing these, I was like, man, I like those a lot. The one Damian Priest had on. But let's get into the last match of the pay-per-view, which was for the WWE Undisputed Championship, which was Cody Rhodes versus the Phenomenal. I don't know what they were saying, but they was going nuts out there, the people in France. The Phenomenal, AJ Styles. All in all, AJ came out looking like Undertaker Styles. Had the purple and black on. Good choice in colors. Still feel like AJ is kind of like, he's a respectable heel. He's not a full heel. He's like tweeting that line. He's not necessarily being dirty or grimy or nothing like that. Maybe we might see them run it back. Cause I hope this isn't the final match between Cody and AJ Styles. I think it's a lot you can build off of that. And the one thing I noticed about this Backlash, which was different than last year's Backlash, all the matches I felt like last year's Backlash had some form of build up to it. Like prior to WrestleMania, I feel like everything this year was like completely like just focused on WrestleMania, and now we get Backlash and it was like nothing really built up to anything, and I feel like, man, maybe they could have built up some of these matches prior to WrestleMania, but it also seemed like, well, most of these people in these matches was at WrestleMania, yeah. Damian Priest, he was in the ladder match. Also cashed in. Jey Uso had a match with his brother. Bayley, she was there. Naomi was there. Only person that wasn't there was Tiffany Stratton. Solo wasn't there. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, also at WrestleMania. The Kabuki Warriors, yeah, WrestleMania, yeah. This was everyone that was at WrestleMania. AJ Styles, WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania. So I guess it was impossible to build up stories for these people because they was already at WrestleMania already. And I think that was unlikely last year. All those people that wasn't, I don't remember all those people being at WrestleMania or had a significant role at WrestleMania last year. And that's why they was able to be in Backlash and have stories built up around them. But solid match. I didn't expect anything less between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. Two great in-ring competitors, they know the ring in and out. Nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. We had a Cody cutter off the top rope, which kind of seems sketchy, but they was able to pull that out. AJ Styles going through the French announce table. What else? The Cody Crossroads needs a better build up to it for me than when he does it. Him just and then get him to do the Crossroads needs to be different for me, in my opinion. And I felt like the Jey Uso Damian Priest match had more suspense to it than Cody versus AJ Styles for me, because there were things that each guys were kicking out in the Damian versus Jay that I expected them to kick out, that I thought it was gonna be the end, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe he kicked out. I was like, what? Like, wow. And so here, they brung it, Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. But it wasn't anything too outrageous or too over the top. Or I wasn't like blown away by the match, like it was a solid match, and all in all, the pay-per-view was solid. I did, for as small of a build-up that they had for it, it was still a real solid pay-per-view. And I don't know if it was just because the people of France just added to it so much, just with their energy, it was hard to be like, yo man, this is whack, because the people, the audience didn't allow it to be. They was so into it that you just had to be into it. Cody Rhodes wins. No surprise there. I mean, we didn't expect him to spend 2 years trying to finish the story to lose the championship in less than a month. So obviously he won. So now we got to see what's next for Cody Rhodes. We got to see what's next for AJ Styles. Like I said, man, I hope that this isn't the end between the two of them, because it was a great match. It was a real good match, and I think they can get more matches out of them, and we can see AJ Styles really get into the heel turn if he's gonna do that. With so much mentioning of the Bullet Club, you have so many members on SmackDown that were in the Bullet Club. Could AJ be forming the Bullet Club? Can we have another faction in WWE? This seems to be like the era of factions again. But if you're gonna have all these factions, like I said before, man, make sure that you're doing something with them. We just don't have factions just for the sake of factions going forward. But yeah, Backlash, solid pay-per-view. If I had to rate it, I'd say 3.5 out of 5, or 3.75 out of 5, I think. Not bad. I wasn't bored. I was entertained by it. It was what I thought it was gonna be. No, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be less. So it was better than I thought it was gonna be. Had it some more QR codes we had to be detectives with, be Sherlock Holmes, scan it. I can never just watch the show. I can never go take a bathroom break, because if I go pee or something like that, a QR code pops up and I miss it. And now I'm scrambling and trying to find it on IG if somebody posts it like that, or I'm in the midst of trying to watch the show and it pops up. Now I'm pausing the show, trying to scan it, but it's going too fast. And I'm trying to take the remote and play pause, frame by frame, just so I can try to scan this picture. And it doesn't work. It barely ever works. So then I got to record it, slow it down, take my tablet, scan the QR code off my phone through my tablet. But this one was cool. So even though I feel like we all know what it's leading to, I like what they're doing with it. Like the last one was like the old computer, and you had to input the word into it, and it gave you the phrase or whatever. This one popped up with a phone number, and you called the phone number, and it was a spooky little kid voice on the end of it telling you stuff about how we forgot about the family and we left them behind. And I was like, yo, I didn't do that. That wasn't my doing. I didn't leave them behind. But I mean, y'all want to come out, go ahead and come out though. It's cool. Y'all can come to the cookout. It's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, that was cool. So I thought it was gonna pop up a Backlash, just because I felt like nothing else was really going on at Backlash. So I was hoping that it was gonna pop up, but I was wrong about that. So we'll see. When once again, when all these pieces are gonna come together, when do you guys think it's gonna come together? Let me know. Comment below. What else do I got going on? Nothing else. You guys can also check me out on, for now, called Tables, Ladders, and Bumps. We're gonna find a day when that's dropping, so we can schedule this. We can let you people know. I'm gonna put the picture up for that. Get my what ifs, like I say. I just did Hogan versus Cena. Check that out. I had one before that was the Steiner Brothers versus the Creed Brothers, so check that out too as well. Man, yeah, I'm just doing a bunch of stuff, man, trying to be entertaining for you guys. It's all for you. But yeah, man, until next time, I hope you guys enjoy Backlash. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Give me feedback, check out my reels, all that jazz. Yeah, Superkick store. Check that out, man. It's stuff to buy. Go buy it right now. Leave here. Go to Superkick store. Link is in the bio. Link is in the description of this video. Go check it out right now. Until then, adios. Peace.